Welcome guys. This is Ron Wells, and here I am. That's right, I'm right here inside the attic trying to replace a capacitor, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. And basically, yeah, so as you very well know, I started getting into the HVAC trade and decided to take the challenge to learn everything I could possibly can about the air conditioners and AC split systems, specifically in residential locations. So I'm starting out first with my home, and I'm gonna go ahead and replace this particular capacitor. So I actually went ahead and purchased this capacitor over here, and basically this one over here is a bad capacitor. It doesn't show any capacitance on there. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm just gonna settle this particular screen over here, my phone over here real quick, and I'm gonna show you guys how I'm gonna replace this capacitor. Just pay attention, and yeah, hopefully you guys gonna enjoy this tutorial. But yeah, first, actually, you know what, let me go and get a multimeter. So I'm gonna walk inside my home and hopefully find a multimeter. So as you very well know, I started learning about AC and HVAC, and I started taking this seriously. But yeah, as you can see, I already got a bunch of tools over here. I got a leak detector to make sure that nothing's leaking. Then I got the temperature meter just to see the wet bulb temperature inside the house and be able to compare all of that. The other tools I got is, well, you can see Stay Bright 8 and Stay in Flux. So this is what I'm actually going to be using to actually solder the connection. So I'm actually gonna cut out that pipe over here, you know, the low pressure and the high pressure pipe, and replace, and then I'll use the soldering iron to go ahead and solder this connection. And I'm gonna be showing this gradually to all of you. But this video is about the capacitor, is about replacing capacitor. So all I have to say, guys, is this particular trade, as you can see, is complicated, but as you can see, I got this meter tool that actually makes noise, right? And I'll show you guys how to use that tool as well. It basically, you press a button over here, and it's like, you know, you just move closer towards the tube, right? And then it actually starts making a noise. But I'll show you that in the next video. For now, this is capacitance video, and I'll show you how to use all those tools. So what am I doing? I guess first thing I want to do is I want to measure this particular capacitor, which is this one over here. So now I'm gonna open up my multimeter, right? And basically I'm opening that up right now, and I'll show you this tool that I have, right? And I'll show you how to measure it. Okay, so this tool over here is a multimeter. I actually bought several multimeters by mistake. Some of them didn't have capacitance, and I wanted to actually measure capacitance, so I made a mistake of purchasing the wrong multimeter. In fact, I have another, so I have in total 3 multimeters. I have this one, I have this one, and I have this one. So 3 mistakes have been made purchasing the wrong tools. But anyway, there's a lot of things I learned in the process of making those mistakes. But as you can see, the first thing first, what we're gonna do is we're gonna plug that multimeter in, right? And basically there's this connection over here, and yeah, and then another connection is basically over here, right? And what I'm doing right now, guys, I'm actually gonna go ahead and you know, measure the capacitance. So what I'll do is I'll basically remove those caps, and I'll place the multimeter to, you know, this particular symbol over here. Hopefully you guys could see the symbol, microfarads. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to start measuring capacitance of the old capacitor that I'm about to replace. The capacitor is responsible for, you know, providing electricity, providing a spike of electricity for this motor that looks really dirty inside this air handler unit. So I think it went bad, and let's see. And I actually went ahead and removed this capacitor. It was actually plugged in over here through those two connections over here, and I removed it out of here. And now I'm gonna go ahead and measure it to show you exactly what I mean, to see, you know, to see basically if it's bad or not. And the best way to do that is to really go ahead and take one connector over here. I'm trying to record this while, you know, and another one. So two connections has been made, and what am I seeing here? I'm only seeing 1 microfarad. Yeah, only barely 1. No, right now it's basically 0. Let's see, but let's see. Yeah, 1. So it's clearly bad, and you could see that it's a 5 UF and basically 60 hertz, 370 volts AC. So what I did is I actually went on Amazon and bought a similar capacitor with similar specifications, which is also basically 370 VHC, VAC, and 50 and 60 hertz, right? And then there's this plus or 6. There's plus or minus 6% of possible failure, of possible error rate, meaning it could be within that particular 6 or plus or 6% of 5 farad microfarads. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna measure this bad boy right here, right? And first of all, what I want to say is I only started learning about HVAC not that long ago. So to me it's a challenge trying to learn absolutely everything. But yeah, as you can see, I'm measuring this thing right now, and let's take a look at that multimeter. Okay, so it's 4 UF. Okay, so that's fairly okay. Obviously, you know, it's not 4 UF is not really within plus or 6% error rate. But then again, I have the multimeter that is measuring in UF, and I don't really have any other way to see more sensitive. I don't have a, you know, good enough multimeter to see it more precise, more accurate. But I think 4 is good enough. So what I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna connect this bad boy over here, okay? And as you can see, this particular capacitor is actually, believe it or not, smaller. So if I'm actually put them side by side, right, take a look how this older capacitor, first of all, the one that was just shown only 1 microfarad, guess what, it's bad. And you could actually tell that it's bad by seeing all this grease around capacitor, right? That's how you actually visually can tell if the capacitor is bad. But you know, to be safe, you may want to measure this bad boy. But even before measuring it, what you want to do is when I actually went ahead and unplugged this capacitor, and I didn't show that in the video, but the first thing I did was I took the screwdriver and I did this to the capacitor. You see, basically this will make sure that it discharged completely and you don't get shocked, because believe it or not, some of those capacitors, in case you guys don't know, have electricity inside, and if they're powerful enough, they could give you a shock. And that's actually what happened to me, sort of, but not really. I was not really careful with this capacitor, with those wires over here, and I actually got shocked. So yeah, guys, hopefully you're gonna enjoy more of those videos that I'm gonna be creating as I'm going through the journey of learning the HVAC profession. So let's go ahead and dive in. Now I have a bunch of other tools. I have this crazy drill, you know, and I'll talk about all those tools in other videos, but I sort of want to throw that out in the mix, so this way you guys know what's going on and be more engaged in next videos that I'm going to start showing. So now what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to connect this capacitor to the unit, and to do that I need to actually go ahead and take those wires over here, right? And by the way, there's a switch over here where I actually turned off the whole unit, right? So you may want to do that too. Actually, you should do that. Not may, but should. And so the way to you turn it this way, whenever you're working on this, you know that it's completely turned off, and always discharge the capacitor when you remove the old one. So the old one is definitely bad, and the reason why I'm doing this is because the unit froze up, and when it froze up, I actually had ice build up on the low pressure line, and the air conditioner wasn't generating any, you know, cold temperature, so that was kind of bad. So I ended up getting another air conditioner temporarily in my room, but I wanted to actually see what's up with this AC. Well, there's many things that are, first of all, wrong with that AC, but such as, you know, so right now, such as there's too much. I mean, it's an old AC, old unit, but anyway, basically take a look how, boom, I just snapped this capacitor into place, right? And I'm also doing the same thing here. So boom, you heard that click, right? So now guys, all I have to say is, for now, what I do, I want to put the clamp, this rubber, disgusting looking thing that makes your fingers dirty right away. I want to put that back on to cover the capacitor. Hold on, let me just do that this way. Yeah, there we go. Damn, that's what happens, guys, when somebody's trying to learn HVAC who's not really an expert in HVAC. Somebody like me who sits on a computer all day and just, you know, types stuff up and comes into HVAC from a different profession. So it's like giving a screwdriver to a content writer and expecting him to be able to do tricks with that screwdriver. Well, that's kind of like me with that capacitor. But anyway, I guess the moral of the story is, you don't really need to be an expert to replace a capacitor, but you just gotta know basic electricity facts. And then I gotta secure this thing correctly over here, and to do that, there's this thing over here, right? So what I'll do is basically, let me see if I could record that properly. To secure that, I have some of the screws over here, right? So I guess I want to see what kind of screw did I actually ended up unscrewing. So it's this screw over here, and it looks like I could just use this screw. So let me actually go ahead and, you know, adjust the camera this way. I should probably get a stabilizer for the camera, so this way it's fully stabilized, and you know, you could see exactly what's going on. But anyway, so let's do this. Let's probably put that in this drain location over here. Or better what? Hold on, let me just do it this way. Okay, so I'm gonna, basically, it's kind of hard to see from this angle, guys. In fact, it's even harder to put this beast on Plus, I don't even think I got the right screw. So, because it just doesn't want to, it doesn't actually want to go in. Hold on. I think, oh no, it does. It does go in. Okay. So, now let me just see if I could, okay. Let me see if I could actually sit down. It's a bit tight over here. So pull out your popcorn, guys, and just, you know, enjoy watching Ron Wells trying to repair a capacitor. Well, trying to replace the capacitor, not really repaired. That would be like the next level stuff, repairing capacitors. I really gotta figure out a way how to better record the camera with the camera, but maybe I could just do that. Let me see. Okay, so now that I have both of my hands, and I have no idea how's it impossible. Why does this capacitor doesn't want to stick? You know, it's like, okay, did I completely screw that up? Maybe not, maybe not. So now I got this tool. Oh God, holy sh... Okay. Well, remind me to recharge my, you know, tool next time, because apparently it's not charged. But, so I'm spinning this drill manually for now. Sometimes you just gotta think outside of the box. And there we go. Anyway, it's fully connected now. Still a bit, you know, a bit dirty. But this is what I call dirty. This is what I call insane, you know? And if you look inside those coils, it's fairly insane as well. So in the next couple of videos, as you guys enjoy this journey, I'm gonna try to actually do something more. I'm gonna actually replace this whole entire unit with a better air handler, more efficient air handler. But to do that, I need to actually figure out many different things, such as measuring the, you know, the supply duct work, the supply opening, and measuring the return opening, and then figure out exactly which air handler I'm going to need. I ended up opening up this particular handler just to look inside of the coil. But yeah, it's definitely leaking, and I could this is the tool that I have over here, and that I showed you guys a bit earlier what it does. But essentially press the button, right, and then you kind of just follow through until you find some leak. And so far you can't really see where it's going, but you could probably see this green area over here. And essentially I would have to open up this thing over here, this opening, and I would have to look all the way. I would have to look all the way through carefully, pipe by pipe, but I'm pretty sure it's leaking, because that's what happens. That's why I have the refrigerant escaping, and I have to refill it every year, and it just, you know, essentially just gave up on me, the AC unit. Plus, look at this. You see this garbage, guys? This is what happens. This is how you get the allergy from crap like this. That's what happens when your AC freezes up, and it could be because of capacitor blowing up and not showing any fair dyes, and yeah, or not enough refrigerant inside those pipes. But yeah, it looks like so far it looks pretty good. So what I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna close this door now, since it's replaced, and I'm actually gonna basically try to turn the unit on. Clearly I would need to close this location over here. I can't just have that open, but at least I want to see if the motor kicks in, the blower, and if it does, that's great. And if it does not, then I gotta look further and see, analyze, you know, all those connections over here, electrical connections. It seems a bit complicated, but in reality, guys, I think anybody can learn it as long as you have the desire to learn it and time, right? But yeah, definitely don't try that at home unless you really got into it and tried it and basically took some time understanding electricity and it's the whole 9 yards. It's just really dangerous, you know. So, but like me even trying to close this door, it's basically the next level stuff. Me trying to close this door when it's not even closing. This particular door I'm trying to close. So for now, I'm just gonna leave it like that. I won't close it all the way. I'll try to turn on AC and see if it, you know, if I could hear the motor doing its job. So there we go. That's turned on, right? I'm not gonna close everything. I'm just testing the stuff out. I'm gonna go to get that air conditioning. Get the thermostat turned on. So what do we have here? Thermostat is apparently waking up. And yeah, it's it's blinking. It's blinking, it's just waking up. Because it was dead for all this time because I had the switch turned off. And yeah guys, at this point, while it's turning on, let's see. Maybe I could put that door on. I don't know. Let me see. This door is really tricky to put that door back on the air handler. Let's see. And plus, I could really use something to hold this thing. I gotta figure out a way how to record this better. But anyway, as you can see, guys, the door over here in this unit, it's basically difficult for me to go ahead and plug that in. You know, sometimes you guys gotta think outside of the box when I'm working on those AC units, right? Sometimes you just gotta say, you know what, I gotta figure out how to put this door back, because if not, that's it. That's crazy. You know, the air is gonna escape, and then the unit is gonna start freezing up. So essentially, guys, listen up. I know it's a bit insane, but always try to put that door back on, and try to lock it. And that's kind of outside of the capacitance measuring that I'm doing right now, but it's sort of all part of it. But yeah, and I'm still struggling to figure out how to put that on. I guess I gotta use some magical thinking outside of the box how to put that door back on. But let's see what's happening with AC. Okay, well, as you can see, guys, I have Nest thermostat, and I'm gonna put it on cool, and right away, as you can hear over here, you know, you could hear the refrigerant flowing. Now you guys can hear that. Okay, at the next level, that's, you know what, let me see what happened. Let me open that door actually, you know. Oh wow, I could feel the blower working. I could feel it, you know. I could definitely feel the blower working. Now that door, I gotta figure out how to put that door back on. Let's see. Maybe I could just do that. Maybe I could just put my phone. The problem is I'm trying to record and at the same time trying to basically put the door back on. And I'm trying to find a better angle to do that. Let's see. What if I just use tape? This tape to tape my iPhone. Okay. I'm doing crazy stuff, guys. I should probably have a, you know, thinking outside of the box, doing anything that can at least show you how I'm trying to close that door. I know it's not related to air conditioning, but I mean to capacitance or whatever, but it sort of does. And I'm just trying to figure out the best way to show you this. So I'm taping my phone. In fact, oh my god, that actually almost, it worked. Okay. I stabilized my phone using regular Scotch tape. Okay, not Scotch tape, but whatever, electrical tape. Now I have this thing working, right? First of all, you never want to be trying to have this thing open while it's operating, but then again, I'm being careful here, but typically always just turn that off. Turn that off, and I'm thinking outside of the box how to put that door back on. Man, I gotta wiggle it. It doesn't come in all the way through. What's going on? Is there something on the way? No. Okay. Okay. Oh, you know what? I think I did it. Yes, I think I did it. The door is back on, and the phone fell off while I was doing that. But anyway, the door is actually back on. Okay, cool. So now, this drill, it's an unfortunate story, but I have to charge it up now. Unfortunate. So once I charge it up, I'll come back to it and be able to do whatever is necessary. Meanwhile, I could just use, you know, a regular screwdriver. Let's see. This is outside of the box level of thinking. Okay, screwdriver. Okay. It actually worked. Okay, cool. Now let me just screw that door back in. Yeah, that's part of replacing your capacitor, guys. You gotta close the door after you're done with the air handler unit. But yeah, you know, I guess not bad for a guy who actually didn't know anything about ACs 3 weeks ago. But yeah, the biggest challenge is going to be replacing this whole unit and measuring the heat, measuring a bunch of things, trying to find the right air handler, then trying to get this condensing unit outside up and running. And at the same time, I'm going to share some other secrets, guys, with you in regards to AC work, and hopefully, you know, you guys are gonna realize some amazing secrets and thank me later for those secrets. But essentially, I found ways. I mean, not that many people know that, but air conditioner can, and to me, I find it amazing because I wasn't really in HVAC field, and I'm still not in HVAC field, but I'm getting into it. But yeah, you could use air conditioner as a heat source as well to produce heat in your house in addition to cold air. And that kind of, you know, I just always, for whatever reason, assumed in my mind that to generate heat you would need some radiators from the plumbing, from the water, you know, but from radiators in a house. But there's a way to do it, to use the air conditioner to generate heat as well, using what's called heat pump. And basically it's just a reverse, it uses the concept of reverse air conditioning. So in simple words, it just produces heat in your house. And yeah, it's pretty awesome because, you know, you could actually generate heat. And I have a furnace as well and radiators, and I'm gonna actually try to do something a bit more advanced. I'm actually gonna try to reduce my house energy by leveraging heat pump, but also using the second source of power for when it's in the colder times, using my furnace, gas furnace, kind of intercombining concepts of, you know, the plumbing and you know, HVAC all together. And by the way, I'm not an HVAC guy. I'm a writer and an engineer, IT engineer. So This is definitely new for me, but hopefully I could walk you guys through that, through my journey of learning about HVAC, just like you guys are learning about new things in life, and hopefully I could help you save some money repairing some of your own air conditioners. Although based on what I learned already in the past 3 weeks, it just seems to me that air conditioning field is honestly complex, guys, and I would literally, if you have no passion for this, I would just call professional to fix anything. But honestly, like basic things like filter, replacing filter, that should be fairly trivial, but not everybody knows. And anyway, I have this thing open, and you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to have this thing open and blowing air out of it, you know, but it is what it is for now. Just testing this stuff out, and as you can see, I got English book over there on the bottom that's, you know, holding down the fort and you know, making things work. But anyway, the bottom line is I'm gonna actually move this air handler unit. I'm gonna block this area over here, and the best way, man, I really gotta get some sort of stabilizer or holder for the phone, or maybe I could just do this, just position myself here and record how I'm actually connecting this unit together. I'm connecting this, and the way I'm doing it is, well, I know it's a bit outside of the capacitance scope, checking the capacitor and replacing it, but there we go. Now that I stabilize this view, I'm gonna actually put this thing back, at least partially, and then you definitely have to put some tape over this area to make sure that no air escapes, and yeah, and it's more efficient and all that. But anyway, the bottom line is, you connect these pipes, you connect this ductwork together, or whatever, not pipes. I'm confusing all the terms, guys. That's what happens when too many things are in my brain. I'm studying calculus and studying HVAC and connecting 2,000 trucks all over US with Internet of Things, and helping out accountants and lawyers, and yeah, my brain is a bit overloaded. But anyway, for me to really pull this off, to connect this thing, I would need a screwdriver, and I would need to actually be able to hold this thing at the same time. And what I want to do, I want to get this tool that lifts this for me during the work that I'm doing. And I found an amazing tool that can actually do that. I wish the other HVAC guys to, like, you see how difficult it is for one person to hold this, you know, to align all the dots. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to align it all together, you know, and honestly, it's really hard as hell to do that. So what I want to do, I want to get this tool that connects to the top of the attic, right? And basically what it does, it lifts it up for you. It lifts it up for you, so even one man can do that. Even one man can do the job. But this is like, what I'm doing, I got the screwdriver here, and I'm trying to put the screwdriver and at the same time hold it and use the screwdriver, and I only have two hands, right? So as you can see, it's a bit complicated to connect. So that's why I actually had that English book on the bottom, and sometimes it would be just easy to have a helper, you know, somebody who could actually put the screwdriver in. But yeah, looks like I almost got it. But honestly, I want to charge that drill. Yeah, drill can help out a bit. But there you go, guys. As you can see, I put that screw back in. Now there's this bad boy over here, and now I have to adjust this side over there and other to connect basically the other part as well, and it all kind of, and I can't really see it. I can't really align it properly because it's really the attic location is really, you know, tight over here, and my face is actually slammed against that glass fiber, which is actually pretty bad. You can get itchy, and yeah, it's just not good. I gotta invite somebody who can actually put something safe around that glass fiber, insulate it a bit differently. But anyway, what I did right now is I basically single-handedly put this thing on. But what I'm gonna do, you guys seen how crazy, like basically as you can see over here, I was trying to put this on. I was trying to align those screws, trying to close the door, and it's still not fully closed, right? The unit is definitely running, right? I could feel this cold. I could feel this area already, you know, getting cold. So, and all I have to say is, yes, it's getting cold. It's great. And I replaced the capacitor. Sure, that's amazing. It's actually blowing air, and before it wasn't. Or maybe it was, but I didn't really feel it. So, and I don't know if I still feel it, but to be honest, it's better. Yes, I could actually feel it better. Like you could actually feel the air coming out. The air is definitely coming out, and the problem is now, you've seen all this dust in the, like all this debris inside the air conditioner that I showed you when I closed the door, right? That debris is disgusting. It causes allergy, and it's bad. It's really bad, and I need to figure out a way how to clean that. And I'm gonna be showing you guys as I'm going through my journey of creating those videos of me fixing ACs and recommending tools, showing secrets, and pretty much everything. But anyway, as you can see, I have right now this, you know, regular air conditioner that uses the latest and the greatest R410A refrigerant, and it's just chilling here in my house, and I'll have it. It's fairly easy to connect if you just buy this unit right away, and if you having too much trouble with central air and you're waiting for technician or anything like that, you can just basically do it yourself. Connect it. It comes with this pipe, or actually you have to buy this pipe separately. This pipe over here, and just connect it, you know, to the outside. And as you can see, there is no complexity. It's ductless. There's no duct work needed. It's just you put that on, it's chilling, you know, and you hook it up with some smart tools to make sure that it actually turns on from your iPad. Like you could just buy a little electrical connector over here. Plug this AC into that electrical connector, so this way you can turn it on from your iPad, sort of to make sure that it's like Nest. Then what else? Anyway, the bottom line is I showed the air conditioner, and it's blowing air. It's kind of cold, but let's see if it's actually gonna freeze up. And I have a feeling it will freeze up, because the reason why it's gonna freeze up, guys, the reason why I'm not done, even though I replaced the capacitor, is because the pressure, the low pressure that I measured outside on the condensing unit is a bit, well, how should I say it? It's a bit low than it should be. And hopefully I'm going to try to relate that to you, what it means by the pressure being low, and how the hell do you know that for regular folks out there who, you know, just want to learn how to measure these things yourself and whatnot. And plus, you know, it can give an idea to any new HVAC guys out there who are trying to become professionals, HVAC professionals. It's not that I am professional at this point yet, but I managed to actually learn it a bit, and from other professional guys on the internet, just watching YouTube videos like crazy, supercharging my brain with YouTube videos just like I do with everything else, and then just learning non-stop learning. Every day is new day. But anyway, right now it's, you know, clearly you never want to leave it like that, right? You never want to have your ductwork like this open, because there's still air coming out of here, right? And you see I didn't even close it all the way, but I'll do that later. I don't want to show that in the video, but essentially, as you can see, it's even difficult for me to, you know, put that together. But I have to figure it out. I have to use outside of the box level type of thinking to get myself fully situated. But for now, essentially when you're done, you want to put some of this foil all the way across, you know, and basically to make sure that there's no nothing is coming in, that there's no air, and there's no that everything is closed up completely. So I mean, for now it's like, yeah, this is just an example. I'm not actually going to do that. I still gotta close it, but this is just an example of what I mean. You would just literally close that, and you could buy that foil paper from Home Depot, and you just put that on it, and yeah, I mean, I still gotta close this door. I'm just showing, like, for now, but you got the idea. Basically, you put it in this way. Just make sure it's perfect and symmetrical and doesn't look like garbage like it is now. But anyway, I'm just, you know, showing you guys the idea. I'm not trying to go in every little detail of obviously when it's done professionally, you want to be 100%. You want to fully seal it up, all of those holes. And anyway, the bottom line is, let's analyze this temperature. Okay, the temperature is not bad. I could probably use my other thermometer that I have and measure this particular temperature using this bad boy over here, right? And it has a temperature measure tool, so I could just turn that bad boy like this, right? And then connect this over here. So yeah, so right now this temperature is basically 72. That's just a regular temperature in a house. But if you take those sensors and just put your hand over them, right, and we're talking about, you could see the temperature spiking. Like, whoa, it's 122 Fahrenheit inside my hand. Okay, well, anyway, you guys got the idea. I'm not really measuring temperature here, but yeah, you could get that thermometer, and I could show you guys how to measure temperature in next videos when I start measuring pressure and all the other cool stuff, right? So, but for now, it is what it is. I'm excited for my Stay Bright 8, and I can't wait to start soldering and replacing this whole unit with a better, more efficient unit. This unit runs on R22 refrigerant. It's not environmentally friendly, and so I gotta replace that with a 410A plus. I could get a better series value out of it and reduce my energy bill by introducing the concept of heat pump. I just gotta make sure that I'm gonna get the right type of system, whether it's gonna be 2.5 tons, 3 tons, or 2 tons for the 1,400 square feet house. And it's the second floor, by the way, that where I'm at right now, and it has first and second floor. But anyway, the bottom line is, right now it's doing what it's doing, right? Though it's actually getting fairly cold, right? And believe it or not, the air is coming out, and that's it. And actually, yeah, it looks like everything is good. But honestly, guys, it's not gonna be. I think it's gonna freeze up again, because what I haven't actually solved is I didn't put enough refrigerant, R22 refrigerant. And the thing is, I don't really want to put R22 refrigerant, because I'm gonna replace this whole air handler unit with R410A refrigerant compatible unit, and this air handler is not really, you know, it's not really Sears friendly. I mean, I don't even know how many Sears it is, but I mean, it's like a 20 years old you know, air handler. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's like 6 Sears or something, or 8. So I want to replace it with like 13 or 14 Sears air conditioner, and that's more, you know, environmentally friendly. Plus it cools better, and I save more on electricity. Plus yeah, I mean, there's a lot of pluses. I calculate, plus I get the actual tax break from the United States government for going towards this, you know, more friendly, energy safe refrigerant and air conditioner. So plus it increases the value of the house. So there's a lot of pluses, guys, when it comes to replacing your air conditioner from R22 to R410A, and using the trick of heat pump, which I'm gonna focus on and talk about in next many videos to come. But it is what it is right now, and I'm just replacing this AC, and hopefully you guys will join me in the next journey as I'm learning more about HVAC. And what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be actually doing something pretty cool. I'll be actually commentating on air conditioners, and also, you know, recommending some tools that I experienced, and hopefully you guys can understand where to get those tools, and I'll show you some links, and I'll be informing the community, HVAC community, different type of systems that exist. And yeah, I'm gonna try to follow that more closely and put that on my sales page on that just talks about nothing but really cool ways of fixing HVAC, of fixing, you know, air conditioners. And yeah, I mean, there's tons. I mean, thousands of different information. Just for me to even figure out what to do, how to replace this unit, I literally have to figure out everything from scratch. I mean, you know, how to take that pipe out here, and how to cut it, and what tool do I use to do that, and what about this pipe? You know, what is this? It's a drain pipe, right? It's a P-trap, and what is this hole? What is that for? Apparently, there's some. If you want to follow code, some places requires you to have another P-trap. But anyway, all of those terms I'm using, 3 weeks ago I didn't even know any of those terms. It was just me non-stop using my brain, analyzing YouTube videos like crazy, and then yeah, but I'm still learning, and still have a lot to learn. But yeah, I'm trying to get into understanding the electrical aspect of it as much as possible, and that's kind of complicated. I was trying to read the voltages and all the schematics and all that for how to connect fan, how to connect AC, what wire goes where from thermostat, and all of that. I'm gonna show you guys as I'm going through the journey. So my journey of understanding understanding the whole industry of HVAC, and attempting to replace my own AC unit. And if I could do that, and I could pull it off and show you guys, that would be really amazing. And I'll try to do that more often with other units, residentially. So, but first I gotta get really good at this stuff before I start doing any of the professional work. But yeah, this is my journey. This is my step of engaging myself into the reality. But anyway, guys, peace out, and hopefully you guys gonna join me in the next Facebook Live video. I'm gonna try to actually post some of those videos to YouTube, and then hopefully create like a channel, HVAC channel or something. Okay guys, take care.